welcome to your reading. Y'all give me just a second. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay, Libra, welcome. Welcome to your reading, Libra. This is your 2024 yearly forecast. Those of you that are new to members, I thank you so much for joining. I know that the videos are coming out a little slow. Do blame Mercury retrograde. I'm doing my very best. Believe me, this content is going to start to pour out on the member side of the channel here shortly before the end of the year. Anyway, if you want to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website. This is going to be a 2024 yearly forecast. If I didn't already say that, those are available in the store for limited time only. So if you decide you want one, you can definitely go and book one of those for yourself as well. For reference of time, today is December 17th, 2023. Do watch this for your sun, moon, and rising. For the most accurate messages, watch for your rising sign only. I don't think I said this in the Virgo reading. It's very important. So I'll say it now. On the other side, on the public side of this channel, I typically tether in between Western astrology and Vedic astrology, just, you know, for the sake of those that are not necessarily familiar with Vedic astrology. For the members side of this channel, whenever I reference horoscopes, you know, different zodiac signs, planetary transits, things of that nature, planetary influences or aspects, I am particularly referring to Vedic astrology. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Definitely, if you're unsure, go and check your Vedic chart, your Vedic natal chart, and then watch for that sign or signs. All right. Anyway, Libra, in the pre-shuffle messages, I took a brief intermission. Like I said, I'm doing my very best with Mercury retrograde. The communication is delayed and or slow. That feels like that's a whole message for you, Libra, that some sort of important communication and or communications shall be or will be delayed, possibly from this moment forward into the end of January is what I'm sensing. January 30th could definitely be of some sort of significance. January 31st, December 31st could be of some sort of significance as well. Anyway, I feel like you're going to be coming into a year end or a season or a space where people who were naysayers, doubters, possibly even conspired with other individuals against you, or just kind of placed bets against you, Libra, that you could not or would not accomplish something. Rather it was, you know, having a successful relationship with someone, accomplishing some sort of endeavor, project, or goal, whatever it is, to completely have a personal transformation or whatever it is. It seems like there were a group of people who particularly had the cards stacked against you, and I feel an energy that throughout the year of 2024, as you start to check things off of your to-do list, reach certain milestones, goals, achievements, and accomplishments, slowly but surely people are going to begin to withdraw all bets that they had against you. For whatever reason, it seems like it's all business moving into 2024. I feel like 2023 may have been more of like a social year for you, you know, and for whatever reason, it feels like I could also be speaking to a Libra or a group of Libras that either have a significant placement of Virgo in their chart or they're close on the cusp of Virgo. Either that, or like you normally are used to following Western astrology and you're Libra, but in Vedic astrology you're a Virgo, or something of that nature, because Virgo also had kind of like a hermit energy, kind of like a quiet storm sort of brewing. But for whatever reason, it feels like you are the storm, Libra. Let me just double check. Yeah, let me push this down. Don't worry, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Seems like that's also a whole message. Anyway, I just heard a bag hit the I just heard a bag hit the ground. I wasn't even in that room like for the last 3 or 4 hours, y'all. So that had to have been something divinely orchestrated. There could be a very big bag coming your way or coming in towards you. Definitely while I had took, you know, like a brief intermission, I was definitely getting a sense of like prosperity and abundance. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my beloved ancestors. Thank you for allowing me to be the vessel to give messages to Libra for their highest good and their highest good only. Please protect myself and the members of this channel from any meddling, low vibrational, or third-party energies that try to introduce themselves during these readings. Bottom of the deck, you have nothing will come of this situation. This is an external energy. Like I said, this is a void, of course. Moon, it feels like there is either a group of individuals, a person, or something like that, some sort of circumstance external to you. You could be like indirectly involved, or you are directly involved, but like whatever action and or decisions that are going to be made moving into the year 2024 do not have, like, I don't want to say they don't have anything to do with you, but it seems like it's external. Okay, there are people that are going to be voiding their course as it relates to you, Libra. What is at the center of 2024 for Libra? Spirit, show me what's at the center. Oh, nice, Libra. So you have two. You have you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon, and then you have it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Definitely if you are on the cusp of Virgo and Libra, or have a significant placement of Virgo, you may want to go and watch that reading. Same thing would apply if you're dealing with a Virgo, or if there's some sort of Virgo that is very close to you. For whatever reason, I feel a need to say that that is especially going to resonate for those of you who have a working relationship with a Virgo. I'm not necessarily sure why that's like coming out like that, but that's what I'm getting. Virgo had an external energy of what do you need to release, and don't let the past hold you back. And then Libra, you have this here more explicitly. It's time to release negativity because you're very close to achieving some sort of goal. I channel this song all the time. I'm hearing Duval. I ain't going back and forth with this. Living my best life. Definitely feels like that is what you're doing, or in the year of 2024, that is the road that you are going to be on. You have full moon and Aquarius here. It just seems like you're cleansing yourself, or there is a need to cleanse yourself, declutter your space, sever certain ties, relationships, connections with people who do not serve your highest purpose. The other thing that is on the bottom of the deck is a personal issue reaches resolution. This is full moon in Cancer. That could definitely be significant, particularly the full moon that takes place in Capricorn season, which is probably around those dates that I gave you in the beginning of the reading. You may want to mark them on your calendar. You're being asked to have faith in your dreams. So let's see, Spirit, tell me about this goal that Libra is very close to achieving. Tell me about this goal that Libra is very close to achieving. This is a kind of, it's not random, it's more so very specific. I feel like I could be speaking to a Libra that may struggle with asthma, or has had asthma, you know, all their life, or something of that nature. You have future here. It says you may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. This almost seemed like it wanted to come out either as an issue, something that is stagnated and or delayed. Whatever this goal is that you are very close to achieving, I'm hearing the word unfold, like it is going to unfold throughout the year of 2024. Like it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Like it's something that you're going to consistently work at and or build towards is what I'm hearing. Love life is also here. It says affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week, which very much so may be the case, that there's something that you're dealing with towards the end of this year of 2023 that ends up carrying into 2024 as it relates to love life, connections, relationships, the 7th house overall. It seems like a water sign could be very significant. Yeah, my crown chakra went off right as I said that. So a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio specifically. Tell me about this negativity that Libra needs to be focused on releasing in the year of 2024. Why is it showing up here for Libra, please? Why is it showing up here for Libra? Why is it showing up here for Libra? I also could be speaking to someone who is pregnant. Reason why, like, I'm having a hard time, I keep having to take deep breaths. Like there's like some sort of labored breathing. I can only really think of either someone who has asthma or someone who is like very far along in their pregnancy where like the baby is starting to kind of like sit on the lungs type of thing. Just take that how it resonates, but that is significant. You have commitment here, which is coming out in reverse. So definitely could be some sort of release of a lover. And then you have love life here again at the bottom of the day. So some of you guys, you know, you've been in some sort of dead end relationship and or friendship, connection, job relationship, business partnership, or something of that nature that all 2023 that person showed you with where their loyalty lies, or they showed you where they stand, you know, as it relates to you and how they love you, you know, how they treat you, how they handle you, or whatever the case may be. You could have been on the fence for a while trying to figure out like if it's time to cut someone loose or not. I could tell you most significantly going into the year of 24, like if you don't do it now, like you're going to be working through that all 2024. So now's the time to decide. You know, do you want to continue to exert your energy? Because that's the other thing too, with like the breathing right now. It's like you have been exerting more energy than necessary to keep something together versus allowing it to be released to the universe, either because it's negative and you know that it doesn't serve you, or because you're unsure and you need to give someone or something space in order to really determine, can I live without this? Can I live without this person? Whatever the case may be. Can I live without this stress? Can I live without this job? Or whatever the case may be. Okay, so definitely this week particularly is significant. Again, it's December 17th for a reference of time. Just as, you know, for those of you who may come back and watch this reading later on in 2024 and you're like trying to figure out like, I wonder what it is that she's talking about that is negative that I need to be releasing. It could have something to do with this week. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. First house and or January, you have trine. Nice. Things coming into flow. Definitely your love life is at the forefront here. In the second house and or around February 14th, definitely this could be a special Valentine's Day, or you could end up having some sort of Valentine's Day with a person. There could be some sort of like equilibrium that you achieve in a relationship or a connection with someone. Others of you, like, I can't help but to look at this shadow of this couple like it's either in hindsight you're seeing the value of a relationship that you used to have, or vice versa, in hindsight you're realizing like the values that you want to have in a relationship moving forward. Okay, in the third house here you have the numinous, which is a very like awkward and or strange energy. This is a very mysterious energy all by itself. It could definitely be about psychic abilities, the unknowable, or, you know, shadow work also too is what is tied into this numinous energy. So I think I'm spot on when I'm saying there's something about the hindsight of a relationship or looking at the shadow aspects of a connection or a relationship. Seems like February into March, or as it relates to a Taurus or a Gemini, could be very significant. Fourth house, you have Mercury, heavy on Gemini. Fifth house, you have Venus. Nice. Some of you guys could be getting into a connection with a Leo. For me as a reader, Leo rules the heart space, which is oftentimes demonstrated or exhibited by kind of like the honeycombs. Okay, so there could be some sort of important like communication or idea or change in perception or something like that. Like I said, communication definitely could be delayed. This could be like a situation that ends up coming back around from December. It ends up coming back around possibly around March or April. Leo also rules the fifth house, which is where you have Venus here. So it could be that someone has a Venus placement in Leo. There could be a sun, moon, or rising in Leo. Overall, it looks like into the springtime, there's something that is well bloomed. Some sort of relationship and or connection ends up being well bloomed, or is fully cleansed out to the degree where you can now appreciate the self or come into some sort of like contentment with the self. Okay. Oh boy. In the sixth house here, you have Mars. Okay, let's move along. Seventh house, you have Neptune. Interestingly enough, Virgo had this placed here in this exact same placement. They had Neptune here. A Pisces could definitely be of some sort of significance. Neptune is also about memories. So again, like looking at in hindsight, how a relationship was either good for you or not, or whatever the case may be, definitely could be something that you, how can I say it, like the veil is lifted on illusions here around July. Either that or someone could definitely be getting married, which I would not be surprised, because I want to say either Pisces or Libra or both signs seem to kind of have like a holy matrimony type of vibe in the last couple of monthly readings. So that could definitely be a thing. In the eighth house here, you have the moon. Okay, so these are very, very deep emotions and or feelings that are going to come up to the surface and or be illuminated as it relates to a particular partner, companion. This could have something to do with a best friend. It could have something to do with marriage, relationships, that sort of thing. It seems like something is going to end up being illuminated, possibly February, July, August could be significant. In the ninth house, you have Gemini. This is a very curious energy. Feels like some of you guys are going to be learning something new. That could be like going to get some sort of certification. For some of you guys, like you could literally be going back to college. It could even be like a self-taught skill that you're exploring, some sort of craft or something that you're getting into, especially with this semi-sextile energy here with Venus. It's like something appeals to your senses. It like as far as like how can I describe it? There's something that you discover and or come across, or something that comes back around, seems like in the month of May. And whatever it is, it piques your curiosity, okay? And enough to where coming around to like September, you possibly want to put more time, energy, or this is a situation where you want to get to know a person better, or you want to get to know like a craft, a skill better because of some level of indulgence that you had. This feels like a preview type of energy. 10th house, you have 11th house, definitely wanting to get to know someone better. This is heavy on a twin flame energy here for me as a reader. Long distance travel seems like it could be something that you're discussing around the month of September and or taking action around October. 11th house, you have Cancer here. In 12th house, you have the first house. Okay. Externally, you have a Pisces here. A Pisces or Piscean energy. This is literally like the mystic, the dreamer, the imaginative type of, like, it's imaginative type of energy. It's kind of like a go with the flow, and then underneath it, of course, you have a Leo here. So definitely Pisces, Leo could be significant. I said semi-sextile is sitting right here in the 5th house with Leo. This is a very like compassionate and definitely like an emotional energy, but what I can't help to notice is how close she is like keeping her heart or something of that nature. So healing type of energy. Top of the deck, you have Aries with the sun. So definitely something significant is going to end up happening as it relates to your love life. 5th house. Yeah, you're going to be seeing somebody. All right. So starting off with the 1st house. Those of you who watch me enough, you know, I talk about the astrological house. I do want to kind of like go into depth here. The 1st house is all about like world view, how the world views you. It could have a lot to do with like your philosophy, any philosophical approach that you take to life. When I say like philosophical approach, like going with the flow, is kind of a quote unquote philosophical approach or whatever. It seems like something about that, some sort of philosophical belief that you have as it relates to the self and your relationship with the world, or the relationship with the world around you, comes into some sort of flow state here with the 1st house. This is also giving self-love. For me as a reader, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing Savannah Christina. I think she has a song or a music video titled Self-Love or something like that. Yeah, I think it's titled Self-Love. I would like to say she's sitting on the beach recording this music. Some of you guys may want to go and watch that video. But yeah, self-love seems to be leading into this year 2024. Either that, or like it feels like in 2023, like you've had to possibly close like a lot of doors on individuals, or close your heart to certain individuals, like more so by default, like not because you were like, oh, I'm about to be shedding, you know, dead weight, I'm about to be getting, you know, rid of people. And it wasn't like that. It's just 2023 was kind of like a social, how can I describe it? It's like you were in kind of like a social butterfly type of energy, and you either like got very close to certain individuals, and then there are other individuals where you like particularly grew apart. However that resonates with you, it feels like those relationships, friendships, connections, business partnerships that you develop, where you kind of like got close to people, where you seen their true colors, you seen that they valued you, you seen that there was balance, harmony, and reciprocity in the connection and or the relationships that you all had. There is going to be, I want to say like, yeah, like see commitments being here like in reverse. It's like there's a lot of support coming your way. Let me say that. There's a lot of support coming your way, but it feels like it's a lot of support from just a couple of different individuals. Hopefully that makes sense. Moving into the 2nd house, which is about security. It could be about assets, money. It could be about credit score, you know, like owning homes, cars, that sort of thing. For whatever reason, it seems like you're going to be doing that with someone. For others of my Libra, you were already doing that with someone, and now it's time for you to balance the scales and explore putting all of your eggs in your own basket, is what I'm hearing. This 7th house energy is all about like communion. It could be about sharing. it could be about written arrangements, indoor agreements. So back to what I said, like there is kind of an energy of like marriage, or I don't, there could be a situation like with a promise ring could be involved here. I don't know why, but with this Mercury, I've never looked at this way, but this Mercury with this stone sitting there, it looks like a ring, but it's not giving like wedding ring, is giving more so like promise ring or something like that. I could also be talking to a Libra that is going to be renewing their vows. This could be particularly true for someone who is Catholic and or is dating someone who is Catholic. A Taurus seems very significant. Okay. In the third house, I think I mentioned earlier, this numinous or mysterious spirit or energy as it relates to the third house is kind of strange. It's like, you know, if you know, then you know. That would be the quote unquote mantra or affirmation, or however you want to describe it, for what's going on in your third house. If you know, then you know. It's like, if I don't call you the way I used to, then you know that I don't fuck with you. Type of vibes. If you see me out in the street and I'm acting funny, don't pretend like you don't know why, kind of vibes. And everything that I just said, like in my head, I'm hearing it in Cardi B's voice. So it's giving, yeah, it's giving flip of the hair. Oh, they said that, I didn't know, type of vibes. Like just kind of moving forward with, again, with whatever like committed connections, indoor relationships, the few that you have left is really what I want to say. Like the few that you have left, it feels like you're going to be making strides in your connections and your relationships, but there were a lot of people, indoor situations that you needed to release first. You know that subconsciously, or you know that intuitively. It's like one of those situations where if you work with a couple of individuals, you walk into a room and you're like, I know these people, I know they was talking about me, but they're like, hey Libra, how you doing, Libra? But if you know, then you know, type of vibes. Okay, so take that however it resonates. I think that you need to trust your intuition with people in your immediate environment. On or around March, this also feels like there's a level of like enlightenment or getting back in touch with your intuition, trusting your emotions and your feelings towards people to be true, like not necessarily, like kind of getting out of your comfort zone, if I could be honest, like not wanting to establish diplomacy where diplomacy is not deserved, or not wanting to make amends where forgiveness is not deserved. Not extending trust and devotion where it's not deserved, and trusting your intuition and standing on it. You know, like that first meeting or first impression that you have with a person, believe it. You know what I mean? When you first come across somebody, believe that in that first impression that you get from that person. Anyway, moving forward in the fourth house, seems like there's going to be some sort of familial conversation. It seems like it leads to some level of combativeness for those of you that are kind of getting into a relationship or a connection, or you got in a relationship or a connection in 2023 or the year before that or something like that. This seems like this has to do with your family and your person's family. Either both or vice versa. Like this could be a situation where like family members are not in favor of you and this individual marrying or moving together or having children or something of that nature. But I feel like whatever combativeness this is, because what the underlying issue is Mars, which this can be about impulses, you know, force, anger, that sort of thing. This is the underlying issue for this communication that's taking place in the fourth house. That's ruled by family, home dynamics, or whatever. It seems like you and whoever this partner is, it's either going to pull you guys together or it's going to push you guys apart. I really feel like it's going to end up pulling you guys together if it hasn't already in the past. You know, it's one of those situations like, why you want to be in, you know, with so and so, they don't even got no education, or you know, they got a lot of kids, or some, you know, like just a very like judgmental type of energy. In the past, it feels like somebody's partner let that slide. And in 2024, they're not going for none of that, or you're not going for none of that. When I'm looking at these bees, I'm just looking at two individuals that are prepared to sting, to protect the hive, to protect a love connection, to protect a marriage, a household, or something of that nature. Those of you that are already in a connection, this also feels like, you know, with the social aspect, I don't even know why that's a thing, but it seems like in 2023 there was a social aspect that was exemplified in your life. It could have been a lot of gossip, you know, could have been situations where like you and your person have arguments, and then they go and tell their boys, or you go and tell your girls, and then whenever y'all try to commune or come back together, there's these weird vibes, or you know, like you have to be very careful when you're in a relationship with someone, how you talk about the problems that you're having with that person to family members and friends, you know, because at the end of the day, they're never going to look at that person the way that you look at them. Number one, no matter what you say, or no matter like what you say, whatever, like, I hope that makes sense. I know I said it twice, but it's two different meanings. It's like they're never gonna love them or look at them the way that you look at them, because they're not in a relationship with them. So if you tell them something positive, like, you know, they might be happy, they might be jealous, they might compare your relationship to their relationship. You know, if you tell them something negative, like they might take your side. Every now and then you have like a true loyal friend, or you have like a true loyal like group of friends, you know, especially if this is kind of like a double dating type of thing, where it's kind of like a bunch of wives and a bunch of husbands kind of get together and kind of do their thing. Like, you know, you may have a friend that's actually very honest and like, no, you was wrong for that, Libra, da 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 da. And they will also tell you when they feel like, no, they were wrong, or whatever the case may be. It seemed like there was a lot of that going on in 23. I don't know if it was on your behalf or on your person's behalf or what it was, but I can tell you in the year 2024, ain't nobody going for that. Not you and not your person. And I could appreciate this energy for you, okay? I heard solidifying your love or something of that nature. There's kind of this hermit mode, but it's with someone. Yeah, like seventh house here, that's a very like just two equally yoked individuals. This Gemini energy is kind of giving me like two equally yoked people. This 11 here is already a twin flame energy, but you have these two like equally yoked individuals. These two bees seem like they're communicating and or getting on the same page about a project, a goal, a direction of life, or whatever. And even when I'm looking at this Mars, it's like one of these boxing gloves look like they belong to you, Libra, and the other one belong to your person. Is the vibe that I'm getting, okay? Anyway, moving into the fifth house. The fifth house can definitely be about children. It could be about romances. It can also be about performances, parties, celebrations. It's a very celebratory energy that is held in the fifth house, kind of like a rite of passage energy. If you ask me, you know, like it, how can I describe, like people who are in theater or have studied theater all their life, like this fifth house energy would be that person finally performing on Broadway type of thing. Or having your first child, rite of passage type of energy. Children are held here in the fifth house. Romances, right? So like you could go from like casually dating someone to like taking them to dinner, or taking them to the Thanksgiving celebration, or you know, like that sort of thing. Like that rite of passage, like introducing them to the family and that sort of thing. Like that's all of those things kind of take place here in the fifth house, as do costumes, and in other words, masks and or deceptions. Deceptive energy can also be held here in the fifth house, so you need to be mindful of that. It seems like there's a delicate balance between the two. I cannot really lean any other way but to say that for somebody in this situation there is a Leo of some sort of significance, whether that's a child, a partner, or something of that nature. But there's something that you're receiving here too. It seems like the month of May you could be receiving something. This could be some sort of like romantic gesture. I know that this is Venus, but it's also looks like Mars for me as a reader. This could be your intimacy in your life, like being restored and or renewed. Oh my gosh. Okay. Y'all, I don't really this channel is for adults, okay? Let me say that. I don't really get into the news and, you know, stuff like that. I'm human, so every now and then, you know, like I'll scroll the news or even like the blogs and like celebrity news and stuff like that. Every now and then, like I'll like scroll and this and that or whatever. I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that there are some individuals that really enjoy some little thing that is also known as a rose. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, don't even trip. But what I'm seeing here, this is either an energy where like you put in the rose away because like there's intimacy here, because that's also what Mars is about, or vice versa. Like you may feel like you need to pull the rose out because there's a breakup or a separation. It's going to be different for everybody, but that's what that is giving right there. Okay. Anyway, moving into the 7th house, as I mentioned, Virgo already also had this. For whatever reason, the song Already by Beyonce seems to be coming top of mind. I say that because I said Virgo already, and Beyonce is the artist for that song. Anyway, take how it resonates. Virgo had Neptune in this particular placement for the 7th house, which is about relationships. There is some sort of like sextile energy. You could be coming into a connection into a relationship with someone who you dreamed of, dreamed about, or something like that. There's some sort of fantasy that is fulfilled. This energy is also about veils. So like I said, there could be either that like a veil is lifted because someone is getting married, or there's a veil lifted exposing illusions about a relationship or a connection here. Especially sitting right here sextile with the moon, like it either brings like really good emotions to the surface or vice versa. And I don't know what now it's a rose over here. I don't take how it resonates, or get your own yearly forecast. Okay, do remember that these are for the collective. Yeah, Gemini seems significant. What I was gonna say anyway, Virgo had this placed here. Neptune rules Pisces. Virgo is Pisces' 7th house. You could be dealing with someone who has a sun, moon, or rising in Pisces, Virgo, Gemini. I'll even go the stretch and say that it could be a Sagittarius, something about a mutable sign in the month of July and or relating to your 7th house is significant. And I don't... Oh, did they say prenup? Yeah, prenup. Somebody might need to consider a prenuptial agreement. That could be something that somebody is going back and forth over, a prenuptial agreement. Anyway, moving right along. 8th house, you have the moon here. Yes, because the 8th house is about other people's money. It could be about taxes, investments, that sort of thing. Whenever I see the moon associated with a kind of like carnal and or earthy type of energy, it gives me like credit. How can I describe it? It's like credit, or the moon is associated with it could be associated with debt. Okay, It could be bringing some sort of debt into balance with the 7th house crowning this. There could be some sort of justice, some sort of like legal decision to either resolve some type of debt, or if this is about like a divorce and or separation around the month of August, there could be in or February, July, or August, there could be some sort of conversation about settling some sort of like debts or something of that nature, because it's something that flows like water, which is credit, right? Like you could, it's not tangible, so it's not an earthy energy related to money here. Again, with like taxes and stuff like that, this could be an advance too. Somebody could be asking for some sort of advance for some sort of like deal, because again, this is about investment. Somebody could be getting some sort of like credit line, or if that's something that comes up around the month of August, it seems like it would end up being very prosperous. Trust your gut is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because it seems like there's going to be 2 different opportunities. It's like one that is going to end up, it's a lot of opportunities if I could be honest, because I don't know if I've ever even really paid attention to these shells over here. It's like the moment that an opportunity goes, like another one is coming in, and if you don't like that one, another one is coming in. Like, I don't know, something, again, it's like flowing like water, or this is you like being in some sort of like flow state, because again, the 7th house is crowning this energy. You could literally like be dating around. This could be blind dating on or around July, August. Somebody could be born in 1978. That could be significant. Okay. 9th house. The 9th house is ruled by Sag first. Let me say that. Sag 7th house is Gemini. This is about your relationships, Libra. It's about your love life. This is about your relationships. Like, you may even too like be distracted and or have a very hard time in the month of 2024 focusing on money, either because money is already good and you're in a flow state, is flowing like water. You want it, I got it, dripping like water. That's what I just heard. So either like you're not really worried, or you about money, or you know, you're not paying too much attention to like your finances, not in a negative way, but like your finances are either they're good or they're fine, or they're at least in like a calm state, especially like in 2020. If in 2023 you had a lot of like financial challenges and or obstacles or setbacks, it seems like that's going away in the year 2024, primarily because the universe is putting you in a position to flourish in your love life and your connections and your relationships. Like, this is sitting at the center. I cannot even, yeah, something is very significant about relationships in the year 2024. Intimacy, relationships, trust, devotion, loyalty, like that's the theme that's coming through for you, Libra. There could be a Gemini literally coming through for you. That say lubricates. I'm not finna play with y'all. This a rose. That say lubricates. I'm just the reader, Libra, but you've had a couple of sexy reads throughout 2023. So I'm not surprised that this possibly is like manifesting for you. Anyway, you could be having some sort of like conversation too about like publications. I don't know why like magazine editor is come to mind. So there could be something significant about a magazine editor, about a magazine. Some of y'all literally could be listening to this reading and look at a like you have a magazine nearby or something. The title or the theme of that magazine could be very, very significant. 12/12 on the clock. Something could be coming back around from the 12th of December of this year. Okay, let's move along. 10th house, you have the 11th house here. Interestingly enough, like this card, it talks a lot about like the edge, right? Like more so like the surrounding or the external of the whole. how can I describe this? This card or this 11th house energy again is about friendships, groups, group creativity. It could be about community. It could definitely be about your tribe, people that you share a common goal with, you know, like if that's like going to seminars, you know, or trade shows or whatever the case may be, like all of that would kind of manifest here in the 11th house. But specifically like the difference between the 7th house and this 11th house is that there's something coming into focus once there's some sort of relationship or connection that is solidified sometime between, I don't know, July, August, September, possibly into October, and there's an alignment. What that connection is so much in a flow state that there's something else that you're able to capture or bring into the forefront. There could be a long distance traveler that ends up coming to visit you in the month of October and or November. You could be someone else's like long distance traveler or something like that. A travel opportunity definitely could present itself around the month of October, regardless of the fact like you're very close to achieving some sort of goal. I don't know why. It just feels like, I don't know, this could be a situation where like for a long time you were possibly like consulting friends. I don't want to say strangers, but like let's say you go to school for something, you could have been consulting people like in your class or people who study the same degree as you to like try to get them to come together to become a tribe or to achieve some sort of like common goal or something of that nature, and possibly it didn't work out in the year 2023. In the year 2024, you don't need none of that, or you don't need none of those people either, because you've identified key players, okay? Or this is a situation where you have met the perfect partner for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Take that how it resonates, but it's very much so giving an alignment. Some sort of door is going to open up. I feel like one of the other signs had this. I don't know if it was Leo. It could have been. It could have also been Taurus. I don't remember. Anyway. Moving into the 11th house, okay, on or around November, again, there's like this flow state. Your emotions are in a flow state. Like you're in a space to receive. Your vibrations, how you feel about yourself, the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship that you have with the very few friends that you possibly have left by the time you get to the year or at the end of the year 2024, like you're satisfied with that, with the people that are around you are satisfied. It's kind of giving an energy too where like you could go into this year like with the intention like, okay, I want to set my table, I want to, you know, bring a squad together, bring a team together to accomplish something. It could have been something that you were challenged by in 2023, but for whatever reason, these last 3 months of 2024, something is going to come into perfect alignment. Okay? Something's going to be perfect. You don't even got to talk about it. Okay? 12th house here. You have the first house. This is very interesting. Like, something in your I'm telling you, something in your subconscious mind is just gonna like, it's like you become a vessel for abundance. You go into a flow state. The floodgates are opened. That's kind of what this is giving here. Or you are possibly even too like aware, like, ooh, I literally set the table, like the floodgates are open now. You're very close to achieving your goal, and it's time to release negativity again. Being at the end of 2023. Make a conscious decision now, Libra. Who's going and who is not? Because I'm telling you, relationships are the theme in 2024. You're either going to be building the relationships that you already have because they serve your highest purpose, or you're going to be spending all your time, money, energy, effort tearing down the ones that were built on faulty foundation. Okay? All right, let's get into this. Tell me about the 7th house for Libra, please. Somebody gonna take your breath away. Woo, it's another 7. Somebody gonna take your breath away. Somebody hit the jackpot, because all we need here is one more 7. And it's looking like, yeah, it's gonna be looking like a jackpot. Tell me one more thing about this. Somebody's name could be Travis. Yeah, somebody thought about this long and hard. Interestingly enough, like this card is actually the number 16. It reduces to a 7. Somebody thought about something long and hard. And/or there are a few of you, like I mentioned in the beginning, you could be going through some sort of divorce and/or separation. Somebody could be getting served about some sort of divorce and/or separation, particularly in the month of February. The month of July could be significant. You have main male here. How does Libra view this energy, this message, particularly? Virgo had this 7, 7. You have, look, main male, main female. Look, 7, 7, 7. Some sort of lucky break or something like that. Now you have 111, 111. Some sort of floodgate is going to be open or was already open in 2023. Something gonna be wet, dripping like water. It's either gonna be your money or something. Okay. Tell me about Venus sitting in the 5th house, please. Message of concerns coming out as an issues in number 14. Yeah, you have a false person here. Whenever this just came out, what I heard in my head is like that's not of your concern, or it's something like that. Yeah, because now I'm remembering what this was about over here. Some sort of like love triangle, or just like doing too much like chit-chatting, talking, or running and telling like friends and family members about disagreements and or, you know, like fights, or, you know, like just, I don't know, your pet peeves about your person or whatever. Just be careful or be mindful of that. If this is a new relationship, this could be a lesson that somebody was, the universe tried to teach this lesson to this person in 2023 and they didn't get it, or they did, and this is the second test. And they either gonna pass or they're not. But, oh, didn't I say mask too with Venus here with the 5th house? You have false person. There could be a false person coming back around. Could be a Scorpio, Aries, a Leo. Tell me one more thing about this. High honor. Yeah, Be careful who you share your business with around the month of May. February 8th, May 8th. Something could be coming back around from Christmas. I know it's not Christmas yet, but pay attention what takes place on Christmas. Something could come back around in August. This is about information. This is something that happens in or like online or something like that. It's just a lot of like gossip and stuff like that. So just be mindful of that, because it seems like you have a pretty good connection here with someone, or you will. Let me remind you, like, external energy is literally love life. It's somebody it's somebody meddling, so be careful about that. Tell me about the 8th house with moon showing up, with the moon showing up here. Tell me about this. Wealthy man or woman. Or woman. Not just a wealthy man, a mature man. Okay? Somebody could be moving in together. You have change here with family room. And you also have pathway. Didn't I say some sort of floodgate is going to open, or something's going to come into alignment? This could be like early discussions about moving in with someone, and then it like actually takes place sometime like around the fall or like autumn. Somebody's name could be Autumn. That could be significant. Look, gift. This is about a relationship. Look, courtship. This is good. This is a lot. It's good. It's real good. Libra. Something about September 21st. February 11th. January 11th is definitely a big deal. Somebody could be from New York. Because I'm seeing 911 here. It's giving Twin Towers. Either that or there's a Virgo of some sort of significance. Definitely a Virgo could be significant. 9/11, 9/21, 9/17. The month of September, there could be a lot of communication, indoor discussion about this move or this pathway. Look, and then you have marriage. 383. Somebody could be born in 1983. Somebody could be 33, dating someone who's 37. There could be a 10-year difference between the two of you guys. Okay. Can you tell me how Libra views this connection? The Empress is coming out as an issue. You have the Sun card here on the bottom of the deck with the Hierophant. The answer is yes, but you have options. Don't be deceived. Look, 10 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm still talking about the Moon. I said I can't help but to pay attention to, like, this one offer coming in. It's like, if you don't want that, just say no, because there's something is flowing. You're going to be in a flow state, Libra. But it's like, what do you want? You want the, I don't know, it's kind of like you want the house on the prairie, or you want the castle? What do you want? Type of vibes? I don't know what that means. But it's a whole lot of money. That's what I do know. Yes, look. With the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Oh, this is going to be beautiful for you, Libra, in 2024. And look, there go the people. These false persons, look, bowing down. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Libra, I'm going to get you one more card, and then that's going to be your reading. What's the message, please, for Libra in the next 6 to 12 months? What does this look like for Libra the next 6 to 12 months, please? What does this look like in the next 6 to 12 months, please? Those of you that are considering to invest in the stock market or something like that, it will pay off. Do be, you know, smart about whatever investments that you make. But yeah, I see something growing, or you getting some sort of return on your investment. Whoa. The Chariot, definitely something is going to be moving forward. Then you have transformation here. So you have these two cards. You're very close to achieving your goal. You have this here with the Chariot. The Star card is here, but there's something else here that has to end. There could be a Scorpio that need to get gone. Yeah, look, didn't I say it's not titled what it's titled for a read? It's what I said. Everybody who placed bets against you, they better start withdrawing them. Look, if you don't want to hear it, where's the bag? Period. That's your reading, Libra. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.